Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. This morning on Global Dokkan, we did have the teasers ready in the news for the upcoming Dokkanfest Path to Power Goku. It teases, of course, his event. It teases the story event that comes with it, where you can recruit a free-to-play Yamcha. And then also it teases the next ESBR stage that we'll be getting, which is going to be the youth category. Shouldn't be too difficult of a stage to complete. Would have been even easier, of course, if Global did get the easy A for LR Gohan. Unfortunately, we didn't. And then we are going to be getting, of course, or do have at this point, the new 52nd, is it? Yeah, the 52nd Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash, which the main part that is actually important for this is we're going to be getting the Easy A medals to finally be able to Easy A the LR Meta Cooler army. So that's the main reason why it's good that that's coming out. But we're going to go through the rest of the celebration details, which of course JP did get, which for the most part should probably remain the same on Global, just because there's not really any scheduling stuff that should conflict right now. So all of this should pretty much remain the same. Of course, we have the usual campaign login bonus. We have the usual login bonus as well for the Looking for Excitement Autumn Harvest campaign. And then of course there's campaign missions, and there's also the login, which we've already been getting. Then there's the Dokkanfest. We've already gone through his details, and we're obviously going to cover them again when his animations and details are released on Twitter, which should be out in a few days, so I'm not going to go over them again. But of course we have Path to Power Goku himself. We also have Aita, who of course probably up there as one of the better side banner units in the game. This rotation is generally amazing on Goku's team. And then his banners, obviously Cheeks. You have the return of Raditz, one of the worst Dokkanfests we've ever seen. Bojack's aged quite a bit. He's still not a bad unit, but he kind of caps off probably an ESBR. Good support for time travelers though. Vidal's still quite solid, but again, she's aged quite a bit. Beerus, kind of the similar situation. I don't think really anyone wants these three. And then Turles, I mean, he does have his Easy A, which is a little bit old at this point, but he's still a very good Easy A nonetheless. Works very well on Terrifying Conquerors and on movie bosses as well. Not a bad pickup if you don't have him or still need dupes. But outside of course, the new Dokkanfest and side banner unit, there's literally hardly any value on this banner whatsoever. So it's probably best if you do decide to save at this point. But do let me know down in the comments, will you be summoning for Path to Power Goku when he does drop very soon? We also have the Dokkan event, which has already been teased, and again the story event, which has been teased, where you can get that free-to-play Yamcha. And we're also getting a new limited event as well, which also has limited attempts. I actually don't really know too much about this, but they do have missions where you're going to be completing them 17 times in total, and of course get a stone and a piece of meat each time, which will vary depending on the mission you complete and how many times you complete it. So it's going to be a very easy growth event, probably just to get some extra stones, which of course we're not going to complain about. We have the next virtual clash coming as well, which again, the main important thing about that is we're finally getting the Easy A for the LR Meta Cooler army. It's going to be a sale, Kai summons like usual. We have returning story events. We also have some special missions as well, which I don't think we'll get these, just because we're getting these in January. But then I'm going to have the Easy A for Kid Goku, which his Easy A is pretty good. I will go through his details just because we haven't really gone through them yet. And in terms of his Easy A, I said it's pretty good. He does become a DB Saga or youth category lead, giving Ki +3 and the full 170. On super attack, he does raise attack and defense by 30%, cause immense damage with a high chance of stunning. He gets attack and defense plus 159% in his passive. He gets an additional attack boost by 59% the more HP remaining, and an additional defense boost up to 159% the less HP remaining, of course the greater the defense boost. He then gets Ki +2 and attack and defense plus 20% at the start of each turn, which then goes up to 59%. He then launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when HP is 50% or more, which is going to be very nice at getting that double attack and defense raised by 30% in a turn, especially combined with either one of these, defense or attack boost, depending on where your HP is sitting. And then he also performs a critical hit when HP is 59% or less. That is guaranteed. On top of the fact you may have dupes, you could be seeing this Kid Goku launch 3 super attacks in one turn, which is a triple 30% attack and defense raise, which is going to help him on harder content and also just generally deal more damage. And then of course, if your HP is at like 59% or less, you have the built-in crit, where again, you have the potential to super attack 2, maybe 3 times in a turn and hit a guaranteed crit, which means he's going to be doing some decent damage to enemy health bars. So as I said, his EZA is looking pretty good. And then also he gets an additional attack plus 59% when attacking and stuns the attacked enemy once only when HP is 59% or less attacking. So he does have a built-in guaranteed stun, which is going to be very, very useful when of course you can utilize it, which nowadays stun is a lot more useful than it actually was for like a year or two in Dokkan, considering a lot more red zone stages you can stun now. Actually no, not you can stun, that's dodge. I mean, there's stages and phases, more so phases. You'll have phases where you can stun, so any extra damage you can avoid, it's helpful, but you'll mainly be utilizing that in ESBR, which of course still gets updated. And then of course this probably hasn't changed, and probably nor has this. Yeah, no, actually no, no, they haven't changed. So as I said, his EZA is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it is a pretty good EZA, whether you're hyped for this celebration or not. JP also got a category summon, which I don't think anyone really cares about these anymore. They're just kind of there. And then JP also got the limit breaking campaign, where all of the Bubba Shop units, I remember these units back in the day as well. For some reason, I used to just love this Krillin just because he was in Piccolo's outfit, but still, all of the limit breaking campaign units, or all of the Bubba Shop units, as you can see, Deborah, Nappa, Krillin, and Great Saiyaman, and Roshi, all of these guys will be picking up EZAs. They're okay. Some of them are okay. They're not too bad, but they will be getting EZAs, which is nice if you are interested in them. We have the 18th Baton Battle. We've already talked about the new stage being added. It's Youth the ESBR. And then, of course, we'll be getting the Dokkan event returning for the Kid Goku as well. So that's everything JP got. As I said, there's not really any scheduling conflict to kind of really change anything on Dokkan as to why we wouldn't get majority of this stuff. So all of this should be coming for us. As I said, I don't think... It's definitely not the hypest celebration, and as I said, Half the Power Kid Goku's banner is incredibly dead. Like, it is dead. So you'd much rather save your stones, especially with, you know, the possibility of what Saiyan Day could be. There's also the potential of Goku Day if they decide to do anything. And of course, if you've been paying attention to JP, their 8th anniversary is happening now. We know what's on the banners. We know the 8th anniversary units. We know their insane kits, the new standby skills. You're going to want to start saving at this point at the earliest. So for me, Path to Power Dokkanfest Goku or Kid Goku is definitely an easy skip. But let's quickly go through Metacooler's details, sorry, and then we'll wrap up the video. So after EZAing, allow Metacooler will be a 120 lead, giving Key +4 for extreme class units. I don't really see much place where you'll be using that. Maybe within Clash itself, but that's probably about it. On 12 key, he will raise attack and defense by 30% for 1 turn, cause colossal damage to the enemy and greatly lower their defense. On 18 key, he'll raise defense for 1 turn as well by 30%, cause mega colossal damage to the enemy, and also raises extreme class allies attack by 30% for 2 turns, which is quite nice. He recovers 8% HP, has attack and defense plus 100% at the start of turn, and gets an additional attack and defense up to 100% the more HP remaining, the greater the stat boost, which, to be fair, when you consider some of the categories he goes on, a lot of the same categories will of course be with the Fizz Carnival LR Metacooler, who also recovers HP, which will maintain your hit, especially if you run dual leads, you'll be able to main your HP at a somewhat decent threshold to keep that extra attack and defense, and they'll also link with each other, because this one's Cooler Army, whereas the other one's Metacooler. You'll be able to link them while these guys are floating. So it's not too bad of a setup and should be able to work well together. He also offers Artificial Lifeform categorized Key +3 and Defense plus 30%, which, again, it's always nice when units have these, but unless you're running Cooler Army on rotation in either slot 1 or slot 2, which definitely won't be in slot 1, only him and whoever attacks after him will of course be utilizing the extreme class allies attack by 30% for 2 turns. So at some points, you know, maybe you want to have him in slot 2 depending on the event you're doing, but a lot of the time probably will be in slot 3, but it is for 2 turns. It is for 2 turns, so there is that. Not only that as well, it does have a high chance to launch up to 2 additional attacks, each of which has a 30% chance of becoming a super attack. So for a free-to-play EZA, defensively these guys aren't too bad, because if you hit an 18 key off, or even a 12 key, and then you get lucky enough for each additional attack to become a super attack, you could potentially raise his defense 3 times by 30% in 1 turn. Also, for the fact this is a free-to-play unit that you can rainbow out for free, that's also a potentially another additional super to come out, where you can raise his defense by 30% for a 4th time. So these guys won't be doing too bad of damage just because of the amount of times they could potentially super attack in one turn. Nor will their defense be in too bad of a start. It'll be quite solid if you can get the additional supers to pop off if you're lucky. But that is the Easy 8 details for the free-to-play Meta Cooler army. So let me know what you think down in the comments, and will you be summoning on the Dokkanfest Path to Power Kid Goku banner? I'll see you in the next one, guys, and peace!